Hey Scorpio, come on in. Let's get the show on the road. Do want to let you know that there is a full version and a short version of the astrological report that'll let you know everything you need to know about April and all the energies and everything that's going to affect you and everybody else. I would highly suggest looking at all of that if you want to get an inside scoop on what's really going on. Two versions, like I said, longer full version or a short look. So they're available for you to look at, to see all of that. But let's look at your reading here. As we know, we have a lot of Aries and Taurus at the end of the month and Pisces energy. Those main three factors coming in and overflowing in waves. We just went through the eclipse and that was pretty intense. And it looks like you are quite intense this month. You are, and Scorpio can go deep. You're one of the deepest. I mean, you can, as high as you can go, as low as you can go, as deep as you can go. And you've got everything here. You've got the Tower, you've got the Devil card, you've got Judgment, you've got possible level of forgiving within, possible levels of forgiving within relationships, within a trio thing going on. And doesn't necessarily mean relationships. It can mean within mate relationships, but it also can mean within partnering. It's relationships that matter, get you intellectually and emotionally. So you're putting yourself to the test. But the one thing that's really interesting that came up that I thought I really was looking at is I'm like, wow, what is this going on over here? Is, we do have the Judgment card in the middle here. And a lot of this within your main section talks about second chances and judgment and like who's give and take in the relationship and what that looks like. But I was really curious and my mind was like, yeah, but you know what? I'm really getting the feeling of who is it? Is it you needing a second chance or the other person needing a second chance? I'm kind of thinking it's maybe you needing a second chance in some things, but it's this balancing out of give and take in relationships, and especially Ace of Wands, especially new action-oriented relationships, new partnerships or relationships that have come into your life right now. Hi, Tinkerbell. So what we have with that is the one thing that I noticed within yours is within your hopes and fears, there's a lot of levels of you hoping to be able to let go of some of the things, either your vices or things that have had control or power over you, influenced you, kind of, that's when you call like addictions or, that was Romeo, things that have kind of power over you, or even bad habits or bad habit relationships or things like that. You're really hoping that you can get a handle on those and, not have so much influence, or at least have awareness of them. So that's a lot of work to be done. And Aries this month is very aggressive. It's burning the shit up. You know what I'm saying? It's burning it out. If you haven't gotten certain things detoxed or worked out, it's gonna work it out for you. But within your center section, we have like this sort of judgment and second chances. This is a very interesting theme, because in the recent past, there's like a level of emotional dissatisfaction and not really being able to trust your inner feelings about a situation. And coming forward, even though your world is definitely going to feel a little bit out of balance, right? Because you're working a lot of this stuff out. It's saying that you're going to have the strength. You're definitely going to have the strength to be able to feel out your feminine and male side and be able to work through it. Even with things, sometimes you won't work on things unless they're out of balance. So certain things being out of balance means that you're going to work on them. And you obviously want to. It's saying that you want to. I mean, some things have been forced upon you. You do have the Tower card. And when the Tower card comes into play, it's like, where did that come from? And okay, I'm having to deal with it now, especially with the information that was brought to you. I mean, woof. And also there's a level of you really needing your sanctuary has been disrupted because certain actions of other people, and you trying to figure out, I thought they were my friend, but they kind of did some actions that weren't what a friend would truly do. So there's some questioning that you have. Like, once again, there's this give and take in your relationships right now. And really, really, really working that out. And it's a lot to do within yourself too, because there's certain relationships that you're having that are mirroring an aspect of yourself. And if you can be honest with yourself on what that is and what you're actually trying to let go of. It's fascinating. And it might cause a few levels of disagreements or arguments within power plays, within kind of authoritative or power plays within people. It's all part of this. It's all part of getting the information and getting the facts right, to build the proper foundation for your success and what you really want. Because when Scorpio's going deep, no one can do it like a Scorpio. And you're like a detective. Like, you're one of the number one detectives to find out the truth and find out what you really want, what you really need. But you got to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, because these second chances and judgments, if you lie to yourself at all, you're going to go down the wrong path. So whatever you do, don't lie to yourself. Okay, moving forward, it does slow and steady. Aries had this true, but slow and steady. Slow and steady, no matter what people are saying. We've got little Daisy here. She's like napping out, so I'm not going to disturb her. But see her little head in the top here? Little Daisy's just sleeping away. But slow and steady in the future, no matter what people's opinion of you are or the actions that you need to take to do what you've got to do, you've got to take the right steps and make it slow and steady. It doesn't look necessarily like it's the easy way, definitely not the easy way, but if anybody, Scorpio, because like Batman is totally Scorpio, Batman doesn't need the easy road. Scorpio doesn't need the easy road. And you get a lot of work done when you have these challenges. So it says, like, working out your demons, whatever that means to you. What are those? And who's reflecting those in your life? Who's mirroring that? And how do you feel about that? What have you gotten in the past from that you don't want anymore, right? And moving forward. So make sure you do get, especially towards the end of the month, you get a lot of reflection. You go into your rest, recuperation, reflection, because putting your world a little turned upside down, you've got it both times here, making you feel out of sorts, right? It's just going to make you go deeper. But Scorpio gets the best work done there and is influenced and gets its own level of drive. Aries has its level of drive. We have a lot of that energy right now. And maybe that's also a way of Scorpio saying, I'm really going to give myself the drive. And we have self-influencing ways to push ourselves to do that. So it's very, very curious on how you're going to do that, because definitely in your environment it says that if you don't learn how to, there's a forgiving or understanding or let go of sort of a betrayal between, there's either three parties, could be a mate love triangle, or it could be three parties that weren't real honorable with what they were doing. And it could be you too, I don't know, is it you? But within that, and when people don't always show up the best that they can show up, which all of us go through time periods and we don't, what level and what does that forgiveness look like, or even being able to let it go and move forward? Because it's saying that you're going to have a difficult time with that, and you're not necessarily going to have great victory over that aspect. But you can try your best. You're going to have the strength, though. You're going to have the strength. And all I can say, Scorpio, is that if anybody can do this, you can. And remember, there is a full moon in Scorpio coming around this month, and that's going to be on the April 23rd. That's going to be a really intense night. I don't know if a lot of people are going to be able to handle that night. I'm personally going to stay indoors on that one. It's going to be all this pent-up energy that's everybody's had within the eclipse in Aries and wanting to move forward, but having Mercury in retrograde and all this Mars and Pisces and all this hold back, even though there's a tremendous amount of planets and everything in Aries trying to push forward. We just got, through or been going through all this Pisces deep emotional energy, and we really want to put our intentions in place, because at the end of this month we have Taurus. We have the Pentacle manifestation energy. Oh, champion, I love him so much. Coming forward. So your intentions behind what you really want to accomplish. Maybe that's what a lot of this is happening for you. Maybe that's this push towards looking at your own devil card. Remember, people in situations are a mirror or reflection, and when you decide you want to be done with them, you will be. But what are you getting out of it? And you're not afraid to look at it. Scorpio is not afraid. Aries is not afraid. You're not afraid either. That's why Mars is the two people that it loves the most is Aries and Scorpio. Aries is the machine gun. Scorpio is the sniper. So be your little detective with yourself and figure that stuff out, because you're going deep. I wish you the best with that, Scorpio. It's a fascinating reading. And make sure you check out your other three, sun, moon, rising signs. And don't forget the full astrological report for April. That's now. All right. Talk to you later. Mush, mush.